where did all the main channel videos go? Do not worry. They're not gone. They're temporarily privated. They are coming back hopefully soon. Hello. My name is Thomas Gant. Yep, actually, that's my real name. Now that the fog of war is beginning to clear a little bit, I can explain at least a bit of what the hell has been going on. Oh yeah. I'm green screened into your childhood home right now. This shit has directly cost me thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. The only way to destroy you was to get you to damage the only thing that you cared about. I told you I was going to old boy you, Noah. No tears. I had a couple of, 4D chess, galaxy brain plans in play that very nearly came to fruition perfectly. But the problem with long, risky, complex, complicated plans is that occasionally a bystander will feel the need to get involved and try to derail your plan. So fuck this, fuck them, it is not 2007 anymore. The internet and real life are no longer separate in the way they once were. Being on the internet is my goddamned job. You would call the fucking police. And you are forced to initiate legal proceedings, and then your lawyer makes you redact about 75% of the video that you made to explain what the fuck is going on.
If I had a nickel for every time some greasy, shut-in type blew up the shorts algorithm pretending to be an elite, hackerman engineering supervillain, only for the pathetic realities of their existence to collapse that illusion within the year, well, I'd have 2 nickels, but it's odd it happened twice. Bonus points if they have a weirdly specific way of talking. Pirate Software, of course, has been talked to death. He's cringe, he's overconfident, and his foibles are well documented, but over the last month, a new contender has entered the fray at full sprint, essentially speed-running the collapse of his career, his reputation, and very likely his own mental health.
Hello. My name is Thomas Gant. Yep, actually, that's my real name.
I'm talking, of course, about Thomas Gant, the flesh simulator, who I dropped a video about recently and has, since then, completely dived off the deep end. Please watch that video to get a better breakdown of the incidents preceding this monumental collapse, but I'll summarize it in short. Thomas Gant got massive essentially overnight, making neat shorts videos, some high-quality long-form videos, and then started working with neo-Nazi celebrity Sam Hyde for no actual good or necessary reason, and gut-shot his career.
Now, I wish I could say that this is where the weirdness ends.
People who don't like Nazis, this is a lot of people, express their distaste for Tommy's decision. Since then, his career has been increasingly focused more on defending his explicit racism and bigotry and his ability to express himself like a 12-year-old than it has been on making any content people actually want to see. Then, a couple of weeks ago, a handful of Twitter communists trolled Tommy into a full psychotic break. He covered himself in blood, made an ill-advised, rambling video full of Reddit mod Wojak-style supervillain threats, and then I made a video on that.
You know what you did? You immediately went on the offensive. You started posting my full legal name, whatever, that's out there. You started posting pictures of my family members that you pulled off of their Facebook pages. That's an issue. You threatened to send them a love letter. Let me quote Blue Velvet back at you, Noah. You were fucked forever.
There's something I said in my first video about Tommy that really bears repeating here. None of this is for the lulz, and he is dead fucking serious about everything. His value to his audience is that of an internet-savvy, noided-out, modern survivalist type with his finger on the pulse of the truth behind the truth. He's peaceful but dangerous, and he's so many steps ahead of you, he's already carried out his vengeance before you even crossed him. If you're 15 years old, an age that will come up repeatedly during this program, and your limited experience on this earth is internet forums, anime, and being mad at your parents, speeches like this probably sound pretty cool. Even intimidating, maybe. I, however, have seen the famous documentary Grandma's Boy, so I recognize Tommy's behavior for the LARP that it is, and most other adults do too.
You're fucking weird. How can he see me?
What shit would/could you not talk about? I can't talk about it.
Tommy, however, has drank his own Kool-Aid, and the crushing reality that he's not actually the character he plays on YouTube has caused him to have a full mental break from reality and start destroying his own career as part of a series of escalating gambits to make people take his empty threats seriously.
Well, this was originally going to be a lot more satisfying of a video. But the problem with long, risky, complex, complicated plans is that occasionally a bystander will feel the need to get involved and try to derail your plan, and also try to ruin your career and defame you, in the hopes of making a name for himself. And you are forced to initiate legal proceedings, and then your lawyer makes you redact about 75% of the video that you made to explain what the fuck is going on. Not in the Fifth Amendment sense, but in the, oh yeah, no, don't spoil this lawsuit on this sense.
On March 20th, 2025, Tommy removed every single long-form video from his main Flesh Simulator channel on YouTube and released How to Reveal an Enemy, Lolsuit Monogatari Go.
This shit has directly cost me thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars.
So doing this just cost Tommy an absolute bucket of money for no reason. But as we'll see, he says he's done all of this under the auspices of legal advice from some unnamed lawyer.
Hi guys. Last video sure was weird, huh? Well, amidst the drama of the week, you may have forgotten about a little encrypted text file that I posted on Twitter. And now, before I get into what's in that, let's, for legal reasons, go over the chronology of this entire ridiculous ordeal.
Lolsuit Monogatari is possibly one of the most maniacally stupid videos I've ever seen dropped to YouTube, and this includes Tommy's last video, the Izzat nuke. Its stated purpose is essentially a grand reveal of yet another layer of schemes put into play by the release of the Izzat nuke, but you never really get to hear all the plans, because Tommy's lawyer has made him redact basically half of the entire video.
A mystery benefactor says they have, this will be important later, is the group that has been... Let's go through my predictions of how this whole debacle would play out. Uploaded days and days ago. Check. Lie and say, this is the fun part. Paint myself red.
Tommy's grand plan, according to him, was to behave like a cringe moron online to deceive his enemies, particularly Hassan Piker, who, again, has never so much as acknowledged this drama, and all this in order to upset Hassan Piker and get Asmongold to react to Hassan Piker getting upset. Underpants gnomes, question marks, victory. This plan failed.
Now, a big clue here probably should have been the fact that this is a video I made ostensibly going after Hassan Piker, named after the infamously ineffective content nuke video about Hassan Piker. But I guess subtlety is a lost art these days. I called my shot 3 days ago. I said that I was going to old boy you. Not like in the literal sense, I'm not making you commit incest, but in the abstract sense.
I am at a paltry 38,000 subscribers, quite possibly the largest, maybe only online leftist talking about this drama. In fact, outside of Kiwi Slop YouTubers and a dozen or so Twitter power users, I think I'm the only person talking about this, which is probably why Tommy said I've been roped into it now when he called me, but we'll get to that in a bit. All the video ultimately does is reveals Tommy's attempt to hedge his bets against being humiliated by his idiotic stunt by saying he was intentionally being cringe. He attempted to do this by writing down his plan and the expected outcomes in what amounts to a digital sealed envelope.
No one seems to appreciate the artistry with which I
I had a couple of 4D chess, galaxy brain plans in play that very nearly came to fruition perfectly. But unfortunately, this was a high-stakes game of chicken, where you wind up getting sideswiped by a third guy that's like, oh, I love crashing my car.
This would have been remotely impressive if the only accurate prediction he made wasn't, I am going to do cringe horseshit and humiliate myself making the Izzat nuke. Knowing you're going to intentionally make an ass of yourself doesn't alleviate making an ass of yourself, especially if you did so to achieve a goal and then failed to achieve that goal. In the wake of this, Tommy's sycophants would repeatedly post cryptic, all will soon be revealed posts, but nothing has been revealed. Tommy just keeps taking gigantic self-imposed L's over and over again, saying each was somehow part of a greater plan while also exposing himself to greater scrutiny. After releasing my video on Tommy, people close to the situation started sending me DMs regarding Tommy's less publicly known behaviors and the fandom he's cultivated. There's no cleaner way to say this than he's created an audience of impressionable teenage boys. You really can see it in just the kind of comments his fans posted in support of him on my video and elsewhere. The ones who aren't just actively soying out in support of the N-word are all LARPing about this elaborate master plan and his secret moves like he's Paul Atreides, who is also 15 in the first Dune novel, but that's neither here nor there. In DMs I received and some additional messages from UAE Exotic Falconry and Finance, a Twitter user of some note. UAE says he built a relationship with Tommy through Tommy inviting him to be on his podcast. He joined Tommy's Discord and, in doing so, found a deeper secret Discord Tommy hosts that's apparently full of teenage boys. UAE had gone into a voice chat after finding the Discord and then left after discovering it was filled with other people's irritating children. This is a perfect time to start talking about Tommy's cult. On January 7th, 2026, Tommy posted a link to a Google form on his Twitter account inviting people to become simulators. A simulator is his fandom's self-identification word, like Swifties, if Taylor Swift had been crushed under the psychic weight of a benzo addiction. The form, like everything with Tommy, is dead serious but presented with the thinnest veneer of self-parody as a form of plausible deniability. It includes a bunch of Fight Club-style homework, such as creating a Twitter profile pic with Tommy's fleshball template and picking internet fights with strangers. That last bit is straight out of Fight Club. It also requires cult mainstay activities like adopting a new name, in this case anything so long as it ends in simulator. This is ripped straight from Nick Fuentes' neo-Nazi fan group, the Groypers, who typically use profile names of words or phrases that end in Groyper. It's interesting to note that in Tommy's initial quotation of some of the edicts from his little cult indoctrination Google Doc and his post urging folks to join, one very specific requirement is left off that appears in the doc itself. The first requirement, which is the creation of a Bitcoin wallet through MetaMask. Of all the homework items listed, only the applicant's name, Twitter address, and their MetaMask wallet address are required to actually submit the form. If it's all fun and games and it's a pretend cult, then why is this conspiracy YouTuber siphoning financial information from his fans? Like many things with Tommy the Flesh Simulator, I think it's a mystery about as deep as a puddle. He's found access to disaffected, conspiracy-minded idiots, many of whom may be impressionable kids and young adults, and he's filtering for stupid enough people to provide financial information through a Google Doc to select for easy marks. Tommy has leveraged his army of simulators throughout the recent drama, notably greenlighting them to brigade, dox, and harass Maoist landlord. He since deleted that tweet, which is simply direct incitement to expand harassment of Maoist landlord into the offline arena. So to summarize, Tommy built a cult of child soldiers to harass the same man Tommy would later Photoshop himself into the childhood bedroom of, while covered in fake blood. That's a perfect sentence to transition to talking about Tommy's lawsuit. There are two types of conspiracy theorists. The type that wants to know the truth and the type that wants to make something feel true. Tommy is the latter sort. Since almost the start of this debacle, Tommy has been threatening legal action against Maoist landlord and an increasingly large number of random Twitter users who were mean to him. Tommy has somehow convinced himself that people, essentially, couldn't possibly come to despise him on their own through the unadulterated Thomas Gant experience. And so he's become hellbent on proving he's not a self-destructive, spiraling fuckwit by unveiling an imagined grand conspiracy to force him off the internet.
Now, the aforementioned parapolitical communist Twitter influencers included some familiar names like Glenn the Golden, Dr. Blob, C. Elegans, but most recognizably, the Hey Guy CC, aka Thought Experimenter, aka Jay, who you may remember from the whole Liquid J affair.
For these reasons, Tommy has consistently escalated against his perceived enemies, all of whom could have easily been ignored or blocked.
A lot of you need to understand that pretending to not care and not fighting back against these utterly featureless roach people is the thing that allows them to continue to do this shit.
Why do you think so many of them keep showing up, concern trolling about, like, the internet's not good for you, dude. You should go touch grass. It's because bullying someone off of a platform is how they win.
In fact, this entire drama cycle started over a now deleted Twitter spat between Tommy and some literally who Twittered nobodies. One of them shared a SpongeBob gif at him, he got irritated, and then other people who didn't like him saw he could be irritated and started posting the gif at him as well. Then Tommy escalated the fight to doxing. Whatever. I've been on the internet so long, I remember when that used to be par for the course if you got into a fight with anybody over anything. Tommy, however, had decided this escalation should be the end of the fight. He dominated some Twitter weirdo and paid $1,000 for a Claude data scraper something. I don't understand or care how that works. It's inane, unwell horseshit. He gets doxed in turn, all's fair, but cannot handle the clapback. So he escalates and escalates and escalates to the point where he's calling a random Twitter user's mom at 1 a.m. to complain that he's being bullied and legal action is being considered. Here's a spoiler to rain on your parade. The legal action in question is nebulous at best and may never happen. So far, Tommy has failed to serve Twitter user Maoist landlord, his greatest enemy on earth, with a peace order and civil action of some variety for the better part of half a month at this point. The list of people who are certainly going to be served is as ever-spreading and ephemeral as the specifics of what Tommy is going to allege in the suit. He's also said he's notified the authorities about certain behaviors. Nothing's come of that so far as I can see. There's no telling how real this threat is, but it marks a permanent departure from the play-pretend LARP arena of internet culture into the cold, hard desert of the real. And I have a fair bit of layman's knowledge of the legal system in America, so I can say this confidently, and I'm sure any lawyer that hears me will agree. Litigation is expensive, tedious, and the only people who always win in a lawsuit are the lawyers who get paid up front. I personally believe Tommy would likely bankrupt himself trying to follow through on every lawsuit threat he's made long before he saw the cases to a close. Ethan Klein may have opened a new era of internet lawsuits, but the minimum income for entry is still well in excess of $1 million per year to afford this idiocy. In addition to the simple difficulties of mounting or affording successful litigation against someone, Tommy's own well-documented behavior and statements would likely not play well in court. While I personally believe saying someone's name and the state they live in is fine and a constitutionally protected, necessary right, Tommy likes to dox people on top of also constantly threatening to rape them. He talks about raping people a lot, like often. Once is probably too much, and Tommy's number is certainly higher. So this is where I tell you, Tommy wrote a whole song about raping me and having me sold into sex slavery to have my wages garnished after I lose the lawsuit against him. Possibly an all-time most psychotic reimagining of the phrase lawyer up, but I'll read some passages so you can get the idea. They say they calling him hole for sale Tyler. He's holding the inside of another man's pocket. They're turning him inside out like a man's pocket. That's wordplay. Pocket means butthole. Okay, it means butthole, but also a pocket, like you would hold in a jail. That's clever shit. That's a thinking man's lyric. He's riding around inside of a man's pocket. That might be a Stuart Little reference. I don't know. BGF is buying puts on his asshole. That's a Black Gorilla family. Okay. Serenos are trying to franchise his asshole. He's starting a race riot with only his asshole. I heard they're putting things into his asshole. My lawyers are Jewish, his lawyers are ox screen. It's gonna be funny when they play this in court. His lawyers should ask him to deal with his Discord. He thinks I deleted my Discord, but I didn't. Ask him why he deleted his alt on Twitter. I believe that counts as spoliation of evidence. I didn't. I just never had an alt on Twitter. But he blames me and other people for that. The one where he admitted to making a bomb threat and begging me if we could please just be done yet. I would never fucking ever. Oh my god. The judge gonna sentence him sexual slavery. I guess it's not two. Garnish his wages at the slavery factory. Having to pay people to relentlessly breed him. Bribing the factory guards so they don't feed him. Sending him Thinspo right into his Neuralink. What the fuck? giving him nothing but Zima and laxatives. We giving Tyler body dysmorphia. There is one person in this entire, whatever you want to call this, that has body dysmorphia, Tommy, and we both know who the fuck it is. He released this entire thing as a song, I'm assuming in response to my much better offering, Tommy's on Drugs. Tommy's on drugs, Tommy's on drugs, bugging out in the alley, Daddy's working 7 boys. Out of concern for possible copyright trolling, I'll just quickly summarize what the song sounds like in its finished form. Incredibly lame and kinda gay is a term I used to describe Tommy's behavior in his first video. But do you get what I mean now? Tommy's built a community of cult-brained child and man-child soldiers he jokes with about raping other men, which creepily jives with his own bigoted beliefs about gay men and boys.
Now, if I must get explicit with it, you know, the sexual abuse rates of children by homosexual men, asking why so frequently gay couples only adopt boys, questioning the motives of the trans community, love bombing 14-year-old autists and trying to get them on HRT as soon as possible to make them hot.
Obviously, and thank fucking God, he doesn't represent by any stretch of the imagination your average gay person, but his community and communities like his laud joking about rape, and especially the rape of men, and that's gay. Fundamentally. There's no way around it. You are fantasizing about and idealizing and centering in your lives the sexual domination of other men for your own gratification. You're gay. If you do this, you are gay. Tommy has a little club of boys on the internet who giggle with each other about fucking other men against their will, and that is incredibly, inarguably gay. On March 21st, 2026, Tommy called into my stream. It followed a couple days of back and forth between us, culminating in him pulling one of the most pathetic cope moves of all time on Twitter. He accused me of wiping my Discord to cover up evidence of some sort of crime. My Discord has never been wiped, save occasionally sunsetting different boards. The entire time he was accusing me of this, my server was live, and people were making fun of him for it. Either way, I ruthlessly made fun of Tommy on stream for chickening out of a Twitter spat, and then pretending he hadn't, until he finally called in. I'm going to present this call in its entirety. Don't worry, Tommy can't hang whatsoever, and he bails within minutes of saying hello.
Hi, Tyler. What's up? You really wanted to talk to me?
Yeah, didn't you want to talk to me? What's up?
I did not want to talk to you. You have been having your people like just DM me on Twitter and reply to me, being like, you coward, you won't even talk. Like, what do you want?
Well, what's up, man? What's going on with all this shit right now?
What do you mean what's going on with this shit right now? Like, you just did a 4-hour goddamn live stream on how to specifically dox me. And,
4 hours, not for all of that. I mean, I was discussing your OPSEC, right? You were talking about that the other day on Twitter, so, I mean,
I don't have any OPSEC because I'm a fucking YouTuber.
Yeah, so...
Like, people can look at my face, and it doesn't, like that...
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so like, why are you? It's not surprising. So it's easy to find you.
What?
Why are you upset about that?
Yeah, it is easy to find me.
Then why are you mad about it?
Why am I mad that you just did a live stream about how to dox me? You fucking retard.
I didn't do a live stream about how to dox you. I did a live stream about how cringe you were, and your OPSEC speech to somebody else doesn't really make much sense if you don't do any of that, does it?
You can't really do any of that if you're not anonymous, genius.
I mean, you can do some of it, but if you're not anonymous, then why do you care? Like, why did you dox me? I'm upset that you doxed me, but I can't be doxed because I'm public. So, like,
I didn't say that I can't be doxed. I'm upset that Maoist doxed my family, which is a completely different thing. And also, like, I feel like you're calling me to try to smooth things over because you don't want me to send a C&D to YouTube.
I don't. You are a private citizen of the United States of America. You do whatever you want. I want to talk to you because I feel like you're in the middle of some sort of like issue, some sort of crisis. You seem really pissed off.
I am in the middle of an issue. The issue is you fucking idiots.
Okay, like what? Why are you still talking to people then? Like, if you just logged off of Twitter and blocked everybody, wouldn't you be happier?
if I logged off of Twitter and blocked everyone, why? Like, I tried that, right? Like, and you know what you did? You put out a hit piece video on me.
You had that coming.
Like, you're roped into this too. No, I did not have that coming.
You did have that coming.
It's literally not even accurate, first of all.
What part about it?
Well, I think your audience might want to know the fact that you were the person who ran the fake Flesh Simulator account, calling me a pedophile and making bomb threats.
I'm not. I don't know anything about that. I'm just literally not.
You don't know anything about that?
No. The
Really?
impersonating we're talking about is me just doing your voice. That's it. I don't have all accounts.
Oh, no. There's a clip of you. There's a clip of you where you insisted that it's a parody account, and then you said, yeah, I did that.
Okay.
Goodbye, Tyler.
What? No, don't leave. This call pretty much sums up the pitifully sad state of a mask-off Tommy Gant. To me, my chat, and others who have shared and watched that clip since, he comes off as nothing less than scattered and crippled by paranoia. The accusation of me being the imposter account is false and based on a weird clip where I'm mixing up talking about my first video and also reading chat. Okay, let's see what some of these are. Let's see. For those who need context, I was doxxed, harassed, and impersonated. He's talking about the fake Flesh Simulator parody account on Twitter. Dude, no, I did it on purpose. I don't know how much of that's gonna get you. I was doxxed, harassed, impersonated in the process of making a different video about something else. Unfortunately, this has progressed to a legal and potentially criminal matter. All channel videos are privated until this is resolved. It's not me. I don't care if you think it is, it's not. I would tell you if it was me because it's funny and it bothered you, and I would absolutely take credit for that if it was my work, but it wasn't. And I'm not the only one he's accused of being that account. He was also certain it was Malice Landlord at some point as well, and he's been flicking his eyes around Twitter scraping bots like a chameleon trying to find whoever he can to pin this thing on instead of just not caring. We leave this video having already seen my closing prophecy from the last time come to pass. Tommy Gant, the Flesh Simulator, is spiraling like a flushed toilet, and it's insane the amount of unnecessary harm this man has done to his career and reputation. I think soon enough, large accounts are going to start taking serious notice of him, and if and when that happens, there may be no coming back. Tommy might become a permanent fixture in the internet's lolcow pantheon, and that doesn't have to be the case, but it probably will be. Even as I've been writing this video and preparing it for release, Tommy has rapidly cycled between leaving the internet forever to posting yet another unhinged attempt to defend his behavior.
A lot of you need to understand that pretending to not care and not fighting back against these utterly featureless roach people is the thing that allows them to continue to do this shit. Why do you think so many of them keep showing up, concerned trolling about the internet's not good for you, dude. You should go touch grass. It's because bullying someone off of a platform is how they win.
On March 27, 2026, he released Where Did All the Main Channel Videos Go on his second channel, Flesh Emulator.
So I don't give a shit if it's cringe to push back against this. I'm not going to let my pride get in the way of doing what's right. The only reason these molested wastoids get to keep doing this is because we let them. And I will blow up my career as a content creator before I lay down and allow this. Fuck this. This is ridiculous. Total snark roach death.
He also exaggerates, lies, and intentionally leaves out critical facts to make himself look better. Number one of these is his not mentioning in the entire video that he looked up the phone numbers of Twitter users and personally called their parents in the middle of the night to tattle on them for being mean on the internet. He opines during this video that legal action is frustrating and expensive, which is true, but I find it interesting that his lawyer didn't have him pointlessly redact half of this video as well.
So yes, I am in fact incredibly stressed out about this. I hate all of you now. Yeah, yes, you. Like hell, the only reason I didn't just delete everything and just go like, all right, fuck it, I'm done. Like around day 3 of this is that I'm too spiteful to give these fuckers a win.
The video ends with him making stupid-ass speeches only a literal child would take seriously about how leftists are going to win if he gets kicked off the internet. In my opinion, the leftists Tommy has been fighting with already won and continue winning. I don't think any of them want him to log off or stop posting. They love everything he does, every stupid, backfiring Looney Tunes plan, every humiliating, unself-aware supervillain speech, all his fans exposing their own home communities as being full of thin-skinned, soy racist piss babies. They love that shit. I love that shit. Tommy, folks think of you and how you view yourself, and they cannot stop laughing. Your self-important rake stepping is a limitless font of comedy, and if you continue this way without stopping, when your fans are gone and the lights of success dim, you will still hear them laughing. Tommy, I know you are listening. Stop letting Nazis love bomb you into self-harm, get offline, decompress, and go to therapy or church or really anywhere where a disinterested third party you trust can tell you how stupid you look. The internet is not serious business, and you lose nothing by being scared off the platform or whatever it is you're afraid leaving Twitter is going to represent. ContraPoints leaves Twitter forever every 5 months, and she's doing fine. There's some other changes she's made in her past as well that might similarly help you. Do your research. But you have to cut this out. Nobody's afraid of you. You are not a supervillain. You are not even special. You're a fucking YouTuber. A YouTuber. Not a CIA agent, not an off-grid survivalist, not Rust Cole from the hit HBO series True Detective. You are just a guy on the internet. Log off.
I cannot stress enough to you how much you do not want this. You think you want this purely because you think your OPSEC is good. Do you know what vocabulary weighing is? Have you ever posted an image on multiple accounts? Do you know how social notes get mapped? Do you use the same password in multiple places? Do you talk about local politics? Have you been pwned? Do you have any other accounts logged in right now? Does Twitter have your credit card? Have you gotten a payout? Have you reused your PFP? Have you given any...
I been pushing, grinding, smoking, freebase on it, deface on it, grinding, bag it, roll a token, see got in it, fucking with it, hide it, ride it, sniff it, snort it, get ported, stay distorted, find it, time it, cut it, line it, be got with it, fucking with it, pop it, push it, grind it, smoke it, freebase on it, deface on it, grind it, bag it, roll a token, see got in it, fucking with it, hide it, ride it, sniff it, snort it, get ported, stay distorted, find it, time it, cut it, line it, be got with it, fucking with 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 with it,
Continue going after someone the second they tap out. I'm not a monster. He said I'm not someone who power trips. Forever. I'm just frequently significantly more powerful, lol. And I've been able to put up a Floyd Mayweather scorecard of being able to, when necessary, force someone to back down.
Tommy's on drugs, Tommy's on drugs, bugging out in the alley, Daddy's working, setting bugs, Tommy's on drugs, Tommy's on drugs, Zanny bars and gasoline, pay him and he'll give a fuck, Tommy's on drugs, Tommy's on drugs, emo till he get the nuts, suck a dick, pull a rug, Tommy's on drugs, Tommy's on drugs, paperclip, re-adoption, pull mothers, he only hugs.
Attention simulators. Effective immediately, we are now
freebase on it, deface on it, grind it, bag it, roll it, token, see got it, fucking with it, hide it, ride it, sniff it, snort it, keep reporting, stay distorted, find it, time it, cut it, line it, be God with it, fucking with 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 with it.